Welcome to the Westwave Aquatic Centre here in Auckland for the Zonal Swim Championships. And all the young swimmers who are here are competing not for individual glory. It's a bit unusual. They're competing for their teams, aren't they, Mark? So can you briefly explain the concept?
Yeah, John, look, this is a fantastic concept that New Zealand Swimming has put together. 40 swimmers, 20 male, 20 female. 10 of them are 15 and under, and the other 10 are 16 and over. And they're competing for points. They have to swim at the most 3 events each, but at the same time, it's about swimming for second, third, fourth, rather than going out for the gold as such.
Well, you can imagine the excitement that's building already just before the first race. It's a concept that's based on the US collegiate system, isn't it?
Yeah, very much around the US collegiate system and also the high school system in the States. So they swim for teens. I mean, we've had some fantastic swimmers that have gone over to the United States and swum under that. Lauren Boyle is a classic example. And interestingly, Lauren Boyle, when she went over to the United States, actually had to change her distances. The college said, no, you need to become a middle distance swimmer. And now look at her where she is.
So we've got 4 zones. Here are the zones for you. Starting up north with Northland, Auckland and counties with Harlequins, moving down the country to the Aquanites covering Waikato and the central part of the North Island, down to the All-Stars, Wellington, Manawatu, and then the South Island team, which is the Marcos. Incidentally, they are the defending champions. All right, plenty of noise here, lots of excitement. 4 hours of non-stop swimming coming your way. Here's race 1 in just a moment. Yes, they're ready to go. And goodness me, I'm out of breath already just thinking about this. Having seen the zonals last year, or the last summer, I appreciate how exciting this can be, and the swimmers love it. This is the women's 15 and under 200 metres medley relay. So the 4 zones are represented here. So All-Stars are in lane 3. That, again, is the team from Wellington, Manawatu. The Aquanites in lane 4. That's Waikato, Taranaki, Hawke's Bay. We've got Harlequins in lane 5. That's the northern zone. Counties, Manukau, Auckland and Northland. And the Marcos, the South Island, in lane 6. So swimming first for the Marcos is Devon Hamilton, Simone Lusby for the Harlequins, Bobby Gishard for Aquanites, and Macy Burns from All-Stars.
It's a really good start by Bobby Gishard, this very talented 15-year-old from the Hawke's Bay, and she has put the Aquanites immediately out in front. Of course, it's important that they win this first relay, get 26 points on the board, and that's what it equates to.
Yeah, so the points aren't just sort of 8 through to 1 for individual races. They're very big points indeed. And now we see swimming second for Aquanites, Ruby Matthews, being picked up by the others, and we've got a straight line here almost. In lane 3, it's Shannon Szymanski representing All-Stars. She will touch first at the 100, and a good swim from her.
Of course, these changeovers, John, are really important as well, because if you get a disqualification, you know, when 26 points are up for grabs on each of the relay swims, boy, that's a lot of points to forgo when you're down to 0. Just finishing in here, if you get first, you get 26 points, second, 21, third, 17, fourth, 12. So the points are really crucial.
This is very even across there.
Well, the
Aquanites just in 4th place. Good changeover again. So changes all around. All-Stars, and down here the Marcos with Hannah Bates swimming last for them. Freestyle, the chase for the wall, the chase for the first points.
Well, have a look at the young swimmer in lane number 5 for the Harlequins. That's Gabriella Fahamasili. She is the New Zealand record holder in the 53, and she's taken it out.
Takes it. Big swim from her. We know how good she is. Gabrielle Fahamasili for Harlequins, and Harlequins get the maximum points in the first event, the women's under 15 200 medley relay. They came off that final touch, and Fahamasili wasn't in front at the changeover. All-Stars and Marcos looked to have it, but she came storming home in the style and speed that we know she can. Now we go to the male version. See, this is what I mean about it being non-stop. The other swimmers aren't even out of the pool before they're away here, and that's a very good start here in lane 3 from Satori Dobby.
Well, it was an excellent start, and it was interesting. So what we see now is that we're going over the top starts from the beginning, and that just keeps the meat flowing a lot faster. So the swimmers will stay in the water when they finish. The next group will start. Because it's backstroke, you had a group of 8 swimmers starting in the first leg, but it is a very good start by the Marcos and going really well by the Harlequins as well.
That was Finn Kennard-Campbell. A changeover now with for the Marcos. Tame Gewurz, Cameron Gillespie for All Stars, Brun Mulder for Aquanites, and Thomas Hewson for Harlequins. Harlequins up at the top in lane 6. Down at the bottom here in lane 3, it's the Marcos.
Well, the Marcos, the defending champions, and they're doing a great job down in Dunedin in the breaststroke events. Gennady is the Russian coach that's down there, been down there for a while now and doing a nice job with his swimmers. And we're really seeing another resurgence of Otago swimmers coming through, and that is the region of the Marcos in lane number 3.
Well, unless you follow the age group swimming around the country and go to the nationals age groups or secondary schools and have a look and take notice of these swimmers, you don't really see them until they appear at nationals, and sometimes then it takes 2 or 3 years. But seeing them in action now, you're getting a bird's eye view of these players, a preview of how good they might be. Flynn Jones swimming at number 4 for the Harlequins. Blake Horn for Aquanites, Patrick Langley and Sam McKenzie for the Marcos.
Oh, it's a very dominant swim here by the Marcos. Of course, what we've got is that these swimmers will also have their senior compatriots also supporting them.
Defending champions, the Marcos, getting maximum points here in the men's under 15. Medley relay brought home by Sam McKenzie. You can see that this is not an individual event. They're having fun. So this is the men's under 15, won comfortably by Marcos. And Flynn Jones bringing home the Harlequins team in 2nd place. 1 or 2 familiar faces will appear during this event. This is the women's 16 and over medley relay, and you saw there a shot of Kate Godfrey, who we see often up on the podium in national championships. Sophie Witherspoon for Harlequins in lane 3, Godfrey's for the Marcos in 4. Alex Pampalone of All Stars is in 5 there, and just down the bottom was Emma Godwin of Aquanites in 6. We will see every now and then a pink or lime green cap appears. There is the joker that can be played, Mark.
Yeah, an interesting concept. So when you play your joker, you earn double points, and double points, of course, are going to be crucial if you win. And that's going to be the interesting thing. So in other words, rather than get 26 points, you can make it 52, if my maths is correct, by earning double points when you play your joker's hand. What we don't know is, are any of the teams playing their joker in the same event, because then they're really nullifying each other if you don't win. So interesting, John. What we've got here is a little bit of a hold-up. I mean, that could be, is it a potential disqualification from the last event, or maybe something with the timing equipment? We're not aware of that at this stage, but generally that means that there could be something in terms of a dispute over who actually won the last event. Maybe a false start, an early entry.
Well, we are lucky to be here, really, because 10 minutes before the event was due to start, we were all outside responding to a fire alarm. So the entire pool was emptied. Swimmers, spectators, Sky staff, of course. Just saw a close-up there of Sophie Witherspoon from Harlequins. She's swimming in lane 3. That's the lane closest to us down here on the right, down at the bottom. Kate Godfrey is in lane 4. Alex Pampalone of All Stars in 5. And up at the top is Emma Godwin of Aquanites.
Yeah, pretty even field. I mean, we've got 3 very much together, but it looks as if, again, it's the Harlequins that are going to do the early running with Witherspoon in lane number 3. They go into the water first. Now I'm going to be watching Abby Johnston here in lane number 3. She's a very talented breaststroke, the 18-year-old. And one would expect, depending on her form at this stage, of course, this is early days in the long course season for a lot of these swimmers. But it is the form of Abby Johnston. More known for a little bit more the 200 breaststroke, rather than in this case she's doing the 50 breaststroke as part of the relay. Bit of a slow turnover there. That's Laura Quilter. Now she's an Olympian. She should know better. It just looked a little bit lackadaisical. Wasn't a great relay changeover. Or maybe she knows that she is the 50-metre butterfly champion, that she's just conserving and making sure that they earn maximum points. But that's a very good shot there of Laura Quilter. This is why she was an Olympian and Commonwealth Games representative. 4th last year at the Commonwealth Games as part of our relay.
Yep. And swimming for the Harlequins here, Laura Quilter from North Shore. And there's the final changeover into the freestyle, and Quilter has given her team, the Harlequins, a very good advantage. This is Hayley Edmond bringing them home, Isabel Ryan for Marcos, Rebecca Moynihan for All-Star, and Jenna Barrett of Aquatic.
Marcos are doing a good job in all of these relays. I mean, they're not winning, or they won the last one, but they're certainly competitive in all cases. And that's going to be earning a lot of points.
I see Rebecca Moynihan bringing the All-Stars team home. I was interested, just it's great, some of the smaller newspapers around the country that they do pick up on local stars, and Moynihan is from Raumati, or trains out of Raumati under John Winter. And there was a great article on her, on what she was hoping to achieve here and what her ambitions are for the upcoming next couple of seasons. Just, you know, younger swimmers working hard and not getting the publicity that the top stars do.
Oh, it's great to identify them too, isn't it?
This is the men's 16 and over 200-metre medley relay. So a change to your normal program where you tend to end up with relays. We're beginning with the relays here, and the points will pile up. So we'll endeavour to give you an update throughout the meet on who's leading and what the gaps are. But this is a very good start and close, because in lane 3 is Daniel Bell.
Well, Daniel Bell, you know, former New Zealand record holder, Olympian of the past in the 50 and the 100 metres backstroke. Very versatile, great butterflyer as well. And rumour has it this is his last ever meet. So tremendous to go out in a relay. Well, he's got some individual swims, but to go under this format of swimming for a team.
So now in lane 5, it's George Schroeder leading the way. Alongside of him is Ben Walsh.
Yeah, very good aquagym swimmer, George Schroeder, in lane number 5, just going through, taking his team, and that is the Marcos again, going extremely well in lane number 5.
Matthew Phillips, 18-year-old from the Marcos. He's the man who will give his team the advantage, but he's being chased very hard. Nicholas Crott, Willie Kutsia, Bradley Ashby, all doing their best to get the points. Well, this might be a very interesting final 50.
Well, it was a tremendous changeover. Bradley Ashby came back from the Aquanites in lane number 3, and a fantastic changeover with Julian Weir. And he got the jump on the others just by his changeover. And what a finish we're going to set this up for, John.
Baroy and Julian Weir, and also Finlay. What a finish this is going to be. Watch, this is for points, not individual glory. They were all seeking that first touch to give them maximum points and aid their team. Wow.
Well, it was quite exciting. I mean, that relay was fantastic, and it was all won on a changeover at the far end of the pool. But here they are. They've lined up for this finish. No breathing. They come in. Nielsen Veroy, huge guy, just touched in for second.
That's but very, very close. Julian Weir in lane 3. Nelson Veroy. There he goes, the big man. Michael Finlay and Kyle Barnes. They brought their teams home. Now we're into the women's 15 and under. This is a 400 individual medley. So we're back to individual races now. You might run through the points here. Mark, what's available? 26 for first?
Yeah, 26 for first. So, John, what we've got here is we've got a final of 8. We'll just get this, have a look at the start. So we've got 8 swimmers out there. Each region will put in 2 swimmers, and they have to swim in their respective lanes. So 8 swimmers out there trying to go for it. But what's interesting here is that you don't always go there to win the gold medal. Well, obviously winning helps because that gives maximum points of 26. But your second swimmer, if they can get into the top 4, they mitigate some losses. And that's what they're trying to do. Your second swimmer becomes absolutely crucial.
This is a 400 individual medley.
Well, interesting. We've got a pink cap out there,
yes,
which is an indication that they've actually placed in this particular race, they've placed their joker out there. Now, what that means is that if the swimmer who is swimming out of lane at number 5, Maya Rasmussen, if she wins this event, she will take out double points. So rather than 26 for first, she will take out 52. Second place swimmer gets 21. But she's going to have to work very hard. This is the 100 metres butterfly as the first leg. They will then turn into the 100 metres backstroke.
And leading is Yonsu Lee from the Harlequins Club, the Harlequins Zone, I should say. So Harlequins have got Lee and Ali Eastwood. The All-Stars have got Jessica Igo in lane number 1 and Maya Rasmussen in 5.
So this is a 15 and under event, and we've got Maya Rasmussen, who is only 14 years of age. Now, she's the New Zealand age group record holder in the 400 individual medley for 13 and 14, and also the New Zealand age group champion. So it's whether or not she can actually come back. I mean, in this particular case, the All-Stars have placed a lot of emphasis on her. They've given her the privilege of being the joker, and she needs to actually make a bit of an impact. Maybe she's going to be producing all of her goods in the breaststroke, and that'll be interesting to see what she'll produce.
So we've just got a progress on through event number 4. The combined scores, Harlequins have 99, Aquanites 82, All-Stars 62, and the defending champions, the Southern Marcos, 55. That could change around quite a bit.
Well, Lee looks fantastic in that backstroke leg. She swam it beautifully, head position perfect. Now, this is the all-important 100 metres breaststroke. And this is in a 400 medley, this is where fortunes will change radically. Just interesting. You had a look at Lee. Just have a look across the field. She knows that a breaststroke is not her event. And this is the reason why we've had them put out the joker in this particular race with Maya Rasmussen. Beautiful breaststroker going off the first 200 metres.
But Lee, of course, you know, her strength, as you say, is not breaststroke, but she is an outstanding 200 IMer. She swims the fly well, the backstroke as we saw, but also the freestyle. So Rasmussen will be working extremely hard to make sure that her lead is enough to hold off Lee. And she's doing it well.
Well, she is doing it well, although at the same time, Lee hasn't given it up yet. I mean, she has lost an advantage. And then it gets to a point where you decide that there's no way that you can come back? And so do you just float the last 100 metres, maintain second position versus I cannot nail this, I cannot break it down, so I'm not going for time, I'm going for points, and just hold on to second and hope that your other swimmers in your team come through.
Well, we need to have a look at that too. So that's Rasmussen leading from Lee in lane 3. Down in lane 2, that's Vanessa Auhand of Aquanites. He's just going into the wall in a moment. And down, way out of shot now. We just saw the departing Maya Rasmussen. Here she is in the pink cap. They're playing the joker early. The All-Stars of the Wellington Manawatu area. That includes swimmers from the Carterton and Raumati, as well as the Manawatu. They've got swimmers from Tawa and from the Wellington High Performance group in Wellington.
Well, this is a tremendous thrill for this young 14-year-old New Zealand age group record holder, Maya Rasmussen, to play the joker too, the first of the jokers, and they've done it really well, the All-Stars team. That's a great victory.
That is very good. She's come home exceptionally strongly from Kiwi West Aquatics. Maya Rasmussen. The first joker has been played, and it's been successfully played.
But it's a great time as well. You know, we talk about this is not about times, but she's actually produced a personal best. And so she actually has absorbed all the pressure that's been placed on her. Now have a look at the finish here. Finishing in the top 4, if you can get 2 of your team in the top 4, you're going to earn more points. And that's what it's about.
Well, we saw the other all-star swimmer, Jessica Igo, in swimming in lane 1, look to finish in 6th place. So that's very good. That's a face we'll see more of. Look out for the national age groups and national championships. Maya Rasmussen, personal best here, and the women's under 15 or 15 and under 400 meters IM. Pushed a lot by Yonsu Lee of Harlequins.
Well, beautiful backstroke of Lee. Look how perfectly still that head is. Great slow motion. But Rasmussen just dominant in the back half of the race, and of course that's what's so important, and that's the conditioning side of a 400 individual medley. This is probably one of the hardest race to actually train for.
Well, when I mentioned the progress scores, the All-Stars were 37 points behind Harlequin, so just in one race, by playing the joker, they've been able to close that and overtake the Harlequins. Very straight back. You might have noticed in lane 3, that's Helena Gasson. She's also wearing pink, and she's got playing the joker as well. But also too is Kate Godfrey of Marcos in lane 5. So they're both looking for double points, and they wouldn't have known until they stepped up on the block that there were 2 swimmers playing the joker.
Yeah, we should actually explain that a little bit more. So the teams decide which ones they want to play for the joker. They're unaware of which other teams are going to be producing their joker swims. And in this particular case, this race, the 400 individual medley, we've got 2 of the teams. The All-Stars and the Harlequins are both playing their joker. Now, one of them is going to fall over badly because they're going to waste the opportunity of getting maximum points, because you can only have one winner. And at this stage, there is only one dominant swim.
Yeah.
With the joker on their hip front. And that is the swimmer in lane at number 3. Lewis Kirby from the All-Stars team, looking fantastic.
Mind you, they do get double points no matter where they finish.
Well, that's correct.
Yeah, so she could finish second and get 42 points, but it's not the same as getting 52. Yeah,
absolutely. And one would rather have 52 than double points for second. But that's a very good split over the first 100 metres for Lewis Kirby from the All-Stars. 103 over the first 100 metres. Just like to see her lie back a little bit more in her backstroke.
Off the wall, that's a great shot, and it's nice to just see the way Godfrey comes off, Helena Gasson comes off there, and just extending that lead. So Helena Gasson, and there's the other pink cap now. This is the battle for double points. 26 multiplied by 2 or 21 multiplied by 2. First or second, what's it going to be? Looking to try and split them out. In the middle is Hayley Edmond of Harlequins.
Well, this is really close. This is a very good backstroke leg from the swimmer in lane number 5, Kate Godfrey from the Marcos. And she has a little look as they go into the turn. So it is Aquatic versus Marcos. Helena Gasson in lane number 3. Kate Godfrey in lane at number 5 for the Marcos.
Well, when you look at Gasson, she was at the national champs last year, the Open. She was second in the 400 IM. And at the short course, she was won the 200 IM and the 400 IM short course. So Helena Gasson, you can understand why the Aquanites have given her the pink cap.
Yeah, very versatile swimmer, and this is probably the reason for it. I mean, if you were thinking about it, the Marcos have actually done not a particularly good job here if they're going to have a person that's wearing the joker not actually win this event. So they needed to do a little bit more homework, and they'll be kicking themselves over this event if they do not take out the gold. So really right now you've got Helena Gasson clearly out in front. You've got pressure coming on Kate Godfrey for second, and so she's got to now swim for second. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to break it back off Kate Godfrey, off Helena Gasson in lane number 3.
So splitting them is Hayley Edmund of Harlequins. Up at the top there in lane number 7 that we can see. Oh, in fact, we've got a swimmer in lane 8. Yes, we have. That's Holly Parker. Chelsea Arhand in lane 7. Josie Kosniak in 6. Dan Godfrey, Edmund and Gasson. Down in lane 2, just coming to the wall, is Nikki Chapman from All Star and Caitlin Rennell of Marcos in lane 1.
So, John, if you're managing these teams, you're looking at the number 4 swimmer all the time, whether or not it can be your second of your swimmers getting into the top 4. And that's what the managers will be trying for, and that's what the teams will be acknowledging. So they'll look in there and they'll go, this is our lanes, these are our 2 swimmers. If we can get them in the top 4, we're going to earn some good points here.
So Helena Gasson in lane 3. There we see Godfrey. She's well behind and clearly settling for second place and getting double points there, but it's going to be Gasson. Now, Gasson's for the the Aqua Knights. Also for Aqua Knights in this race is Chelsea Arhand over in lane 7. So she'll pick up a couple of points.
But did you just notice Gasson's just dropped her pace there, and obviously she wants to look after herself. She knows that she's got maximum points, and she'll be pretty pleased about that.
Oh, yeah. They've dealt the cards well. Helena Gasson, Aqua Knights, featuring Waikato, Hawke's Bay, Poverty Bay, Taranaki, that area. And Helena Gasson has come in wearing the pink cap, double points for the Aqua Knights.
So pretty much everything's going to plan right now, apart from the fact that the Aqua Knights, the Marcos played their joker a little bit early, one would suspect.
Well, that was an important race for 2 of the zones, the Aqua Knights and the Marcos. Aqua Knights capitalising on use of the joker. 100% maximum points. Men's 15 and under, 400 metres individual medley. Let's have a look now. In lane 1, if we're down at the bottom of your screen here, Jack Callagher of Harlequins. Tame Gewurz of Marcos in lane 2. Lewis Clareburt of All Star in 3. Brendan Kavut of Aqua Knights in 4. Callum Prime of Harlequins in 5. Then Angus Syme of Marcos. Xavier Hill of All Star. And Christopher Johnson of Aqua Knight. All 14 or 15-year-olds. Christopher Johnson swimming up in lane number 8.
Well, keep an eye on lane number 5. He's wearing a lime green cap. So, again, that is the indication for the men's of the joker for the men. So we've got another joker. First 3 races of the individuals each have a joker in them. And so Callum Prime from the Harlequins Club, or Harlequins region, in lane number 5 with the lime green cap. But going really nicely is in lane number 3, Lewis Kleber from the All-Stars team. Lovely butterfly, just rolling those hips.